Serious Crimes Court has issued the security measure of arrest in prison for Albert Veliu and his brother-in-law, accused of imitating the brother of the Interior Minister in an audio file attempting to implicate the latter in drug trafficking. Although the Xhisiela case is being investigated by the prosecution, political accusations from both parties continue, with DP accusing Rama of having invented 4 alibis to defend Bawa, while the latter invites Basha to court next week. Tomorrow will see Tirana host its largest-scale sporting event for the year, with 2,500 runners participating across 3 different categories, while citizens of the capital should take note of the effective road closures. Good evening, it's 6 o'clock on Saturday the 6th of October 2018. Welcome to the English edition of Aura News. My name is Alexandra and I'm here to bring you the day's top stories from across the country translated into English. One day after the interrogation of DP MP Ervin Saliani, the prosecution of serious crimes demanded the security measure of arrest in prison for Albert Veliu, who was born as Babale, and his brother-in-law, Freddy Alizotti. The measure was approved by the court. Aura News has learned that 2 people who accused the brother of the Interior Minister, Fatmir Jafai, of being implicated in drug trafficking were also burdened with the charges of making a false statement. This is now believed that the brother-in-law of Albert Veliu, Freddy Alizotti, was the true voice of he who was claimed to be Agron Jafai in the audio tapping of a conversation with witness X. There is no charge, at least for the moment, for the MP of the DP, Ervin Saliani, as the person who first released the audio tapping from the DP headquarters. Immediately after the publication of this news, the chair of the DP, Lulzim Basha, provided his reaction via Twitter. He declared that no other outcome could be expected from a prosecution taken over by the state that he called Rama Marku Jafai Prela. Basha says that Agron Jafai was hiding for 5 years from justice and accuses that, with the help of his brother, he urgently went to Italy to face the investigation. He went on to accuse today's prosecution of having been seized and offering only a montage of justice. Today, every Albanian understands more clearly than ever why Edi Rama needed his prosecution under his command, Basha said. He went on to add that there was no other way to put bandits in front of their responsibilities other than by crushing the mafia in power by any means necessary. Since March, the Constitutional Court has been paralysed as it has currently only 2 active members, while others continue to filter through the vetting process. As Bashkim Dedya, chairman of the Constitutional Institution, awaits a decision from the appellate panel, he issued statements making it clear that the re-evaluation process of justice figures has to be realised more quickly. Dedya says that the stalemate of the guardian of the Constitution can only be solved by the Council of Appointments in Justice, who will hold the decision-making powers to select members for the Constitutional Court. But the Appointments Council in Justice has remained not only without a quorum, but also without a chairman who would be responsible for calling and running any meetings. The chair of the Constitutional Court warned the Albanian policymakers that unless the draft law on the magistrates' school is approved, there will be serious consequences on the justice system. Although he is cautious not to fall prey to the political interpretation of the sea agreement between Albania and Greece, Bashkim Dedya makes it clear that any unconstitutional action must face the Constitution. President Meta, during his official visit to the US, voiced that the sea agreement with Greece cannot be ratified without the Constitutional Court. According to the draft Electoral Code amendments, the Socialist Party are proposing to legally force national, local or satellite television networks to broadcast free political advertising during the election campaign. For private television directors Mentor Kikia and Anton Abilekai, the Socialist initiative clearly shows the majority's desire to control the media and to interfere with the use of national frequencies. Another point in the Socialist Party's draft is that it affects the media's independence and is the discourse of tapes. Journalists will not monitor the electoral campaign, as the Socialists think television should continue to serve ready-made material from political parties to news editions. But that, for Kikia and Abilekai, is unacceptable in a democracy where reporting should be free. The 2 journalists appealed to all media representatives in the country to unite in order to ensure the government cannot monopolise this important industry. The Socialist Party proposal comes a year after the May 18th agreement between Rama and Basha, who agreed to force the media to broadcast party advertising free of charge. The Democratic Party does not intend to be stopped by the allegations of Talent Bala's involvement in the Fushkuria case, although it is already in the hands of justice. In a statement to the media, the Democrat Party MP Xhisiela said that the government invented 4 alibis to defend Talent Bala. In the presence of Talent Bala, Artur Bushi and Rahman Raya, former officer Emiliano Nuhu testified that he was threatened with a pistol held to his head within the police station of Fushkuria. It is accused that this threat was made with the aim of preventing the son of one of Edi Rama's MPs from facing justice. To defend the political members of the Fushkuria gang, Edi Rama publicly cheated when he stated that the scandal was first published by Talent Bala himself, said Xhisiela. This reaction by the Socialist Party's number 2, Talent Bala, on the social network Facebook came immediately after Xhisiela's statement. Josefina Topali will be remembered for a long time for saying such truths as, if you ask Luli what time it is, he will lie to you. Even your MPs know that you are a liar, Lulzim. I was not in Fushkuria or Lul. Next week, be ready to come to court as the highest representative and most capable liar, even more so than Nuhu, said Talent Bala. Talent Bala submitted a penal charge for defamation to the Prosecution Office of Tirana, adding to the list of the accused the chair of the DP, Lulzim Basha, deputy chair, Edi Paloka, DP MP Enkeled Alibeai, and journalist Basir Chalaku, as well as former officer Emiliano Nuhu. The tax collection action launched across the coastal areas allowed the state budget to reap back about 80 million lek in overdue balances, and these funds were collected by force. The General Directorate of Taxation suggests that during the June-July period, a total of 3,500 violations were reported over subjects operating along the coast. The action developed during the summer was taken as a measure to reduce abuses during the tourist season, where often violations with price declarations or non-issuance of a fiscal receipt were observed. Most violations are related to undeclared employees, followed by non-registration of the entire business. Tax controls have affected the issuance of fiscal bills by over 10% compared to the same period of the previous year. Also, during the 3 months of the summer, there has been a significant increase in the number of employees. Durrës observed the largest growth of about 60%, followed by Shkodra, Leja and Saranda. But beyond the fines and controls on businesses over the past few days, there have been penalties also for tax inspectors who took bribes from businesses to cover violations. The Durrës court imposed the security measure, arrest in prison, for 2 tax inspectors of the General Directorate who were arrested 3 days ago for bribery. The 2 officials are accused of passive and active corruption of persons exercising public office and misuse of office. They were arrested 3 days ago by the Durrës police after a proactive 3-month investigation. The 2 arrestees, in cooperation with another inspector who is wanted under a search and arrest order, have abused their duty by taking bribes from businesses during their inspections, with amounts of up to 200,000 lek in each case. The number of Albanians affected by kidney disease is recognised as growing every day. Nephrologists say over 10% of the population has kidney damage. To cope with the high inflow of patients, but also to prevent the phenomenon, they say the specialisation of family doctors is needed. More than 10% of the population aged over 30 has kidney damage. The chief of the nephrology service says that the number of patients suffering from kidney disease has increased, while currently there are about 1,380 patients receiving hemodialysis. Published statistics are the result of an analysis of checkup data, while the chief of nephrology explains that the causes of kidney damage. To prevent this disease and to cope with the high number of people affected, they say a family physician that is specialised is needed. For a patient suffering from kidney disease, the financial bill for 1 year reaches €20,000, a cost which is covered by the state. At the nephrology conference held on Saturday, doctors appealed to citizens to conduct ongoing checks. Tirana is carrying out the final preparations to host the 3rd marathon edition, which will start tomorrow on October 7th. There are about 2,500 participants of different age groups from 40 countries around the world participating in the biggest sporting event for the capital. Roadblocks will begin operation at 7 a.m. tomorrow morning, with traffic expected to return to normal by 1 o'clock in the afternoon. This year's itinerary has seen the addition of the artificial lake park, allowing the competitors to travel through some of the most attractive places in the capital. The Participants are divided into 3 categories: the half marathons, in which the competitors will travel just over 21 kilometres, the category of 10 kilometres, and a fun run to encourage non-competitive participation. Sunday's run sees a mix of athletes and celebrities amongst the participants, while artistic and cultural activities have also been organised for the spectators. And that's the news across the country today. Thank you for watching our English edition this evening, and be sure to join me again every Monday to Saturday at 6 p.m. for the latest news from Albania. Once again, on behalf of Aura News, thank you and have a lovely weekend.